Yo, I'm about to pull up. What you want to eat? Chick-fil-A? You know they're anti-gay, right? Sushi? Okay, so let's just culturally appropriate Japanese culture because we're hungry. No, I don't want pizza. I'm gluten-free now. You know gluten voted for Trump, right? What's gotten into me? I'm woke. Alright, welcome to Tate's Take. If you're new here, I do spoiler-free TV and movie reviews. Give you a little background, basically let you know if I think it's worth checking out or not. If that's something you're into, go ahead and hit that subscribe button for your boy. For my regular Tate's Takers, let's see if we're sleeping on Woke. Woke is the brand new show from Hulu that was created by Keith Knight and Marshall Todd. Keith Knight is a cartoonist and he created the show based on his life. He made the comics The K Chronicles, Think, and The Nightlife. And his comics cover all sorts of topics, but he spends a lot of time focused on political, social, and racial issues. Keith has been doing cartoons about police brutality since the 90s, when video of the Rodney King beating put the LAPD in the national spotlight. Craziest thing about Keith is that when he was a teenager in the early 80s, he literally was a Michael Jackson impersonator. So you already know he's cool with me. Marshall Todd, who helped write Woke, is known for co-writing Barbershop, which also makes him cool with me, and also makes sense when you watch the show. Woke was directed by Maurice Marable, who you may not recognize, but he's directed episodes on shows like The Last OG, not sure if that show is terrible or not, Suits, one of the best shows in TV history, don't at me though, Insecure, you know the vibes, It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, white people seem to like it, and The Game. But I don't know if it was CW The Game or BT The Game. Woke stars Lamorne Morris, probably more formally known as Winston from New Girl. He's kind of in that Damon Wayans Jr. category where white people just love him. I don't know if he feels safe or what, but damn, they treat him like pumpkin spice. Lamorne, who plays Keith in the show, has two roommates. First, we got my main man Blake Anderson from one of the top 5 comedy shows of all time, but don't at me though, Workaholics. Then we got T. Murph, who plays Clovis. T. Murph is a comedian from Chicago who's making his rise through the ranks of stand-up and acting. But I don't know why his edge gotta be so damn crispy. And yet, yes, we see your beard is thriving. Not everybody can connect like that. Huh? Finally, we got Sashir Zameda, and she's been in the comedy game for a little minute now. You guys may know her as one of the few black women in Saturday Night Live history. Woke finished filming on February 28, 2020, which is like a week before shit got crazy. Alright, plot time. Woke is a show based in San Francisco about Keith Knight, the creator of Toast and Butter. Toast and Butter is a cartoon that Keith, a black cartoonist on the verge of mainstream success, has created that's about to go into syndication. He's always prided himself on keeping it light, and he doesn't use his art to tackle controversial issues.
I just love your work and what you say with it.
Why is it that as people of color we're always having to stand for something in our work? Just the cartoonist.
Because the world's a racist place.
And that's why I keep it light.
Keep it light.
Yeah, keep it light.
One day he's out putting up flyers about his cartoon, and the police pull up and tell him that they're huge fans of his, and they ask him if he needs any help putting up flyers. Nah, I'm just kidding. The police came and beat his ass because he fit the description of some robber in the area. Just gonna go out on a limb and assume that the description was black male, 18 to 45. Now the traumatized Keith realizes that he can see and hear random objects talking to him. So, because he actually got to see the racism that exists in real life personally, he doesn't know how to move forward just keeping it light. Because now he's woke. And now we got a TV show. So what's my take? You know, I really wish this show wasn't called Woke. I hate that word. But to be fair, I don't have a better idea. Anyway, onward. This is a good show. Hulu has been my runner-up to Netflix in what I like to call pandemic programming. But that's because Netflix got so much damn content. If there was a quarantine versus battle between Hulu and Netflix, Netflix would win because they got more hits, but Hulu don't got no big misses. Ugh. That's gross. In the pandemic, Hulu brought me the best comedy of the year in Palm Springs, then the best rom-com sitcom in High Fidelity. Y'all messed up for not bringing that back for season 2, by the way. And finally, the best show on TV, but don't at me though, Dave. So with all that, when I heard they were bringing us Woke, I expected it to be good. They seem to have a third eye for these things. You see what I did there? Because it's like your third eye, it makes you woke. You don't get it. That was corny. But what Woke adds here is the addition of the social discussion that it inspires. It forces us to keep talking about some of the societal issues we've been going through in the last few months. Plus, it's like the age-old debate, like, can I just be black? Do I have to be this social justice warrior? Do I have to encounter some crazy experience to use my platform for the movement? Reminds me of watching The Last Dance with Michael Jordan, and how back when he played, he didn't really use his platform to stand up for the black plight. He just wanted to play and stay out of it. Was he right? Does he have an obligation to speak out against the injustices that his people face on a daily basis just because he's a celebrity? That's not for me to decide. But what I do know is that he didn't have an obligation to beat my New York Knicks every damn chance he got. That was just some other shit that he was on. Back to woke. I don't think the show is nearly as funny as Dave, and I don't think Lamorne is really built to be that comedic star. The comedy here is really carried by the roommates, and they're both hilarious. T. Murph does his thing, and my man Blake, still undefeated. They also did a good-ass job of casting the voices of those random objects that start talking to Keith when he becomes woke. Like, they got some real heavy hitters. We got JB Smoove as the marker, Nicole Byer as the female 40 ounce, Eddie Griffin as the male 40 ounce, Sam Richardson as Toast, Tony Hale as Butter, Cedric the Entertainer as the fucking trash can, Keith David as the Bible. Oh, sorry about that F-bomb. Laurel is the t-shirt, and the legend Cree Summer is the paper bag. Like I said, just awesome job casting all around. White people will watch this show and be like, oh my God, this is so timely because of George Floyd and Breonna Taylor. But black people are like, this show could have come out anytime in the last damn 50 years. The only difference between now and the 90s when Keith started making these cartoons is that now we got iPhones to record it all in HD. What I will say is different about the 2020 edition is that the pandemic had everyone stuck at home watching it on repeat. So they was like, God damn, they just be killing y'all like that just cuz? And the black people are all like, yes man, that's what we've been trying to tell you this whole time. What the, I don't even, never mind. Black Lives Matter. As I said in the beginning, woke is actually based on Keith Knight's real life. And I've said it once and I'll say it again. Ain't no story like a true story. When Keith, the real artist, was younger, he actually did have a similar run-in with the police. It wasn't as intense, but he was actually putting up flyers with his stapler. The cops came, asking all these questions, then more cops came, asking more questions. You know the drill at this point. Keith's white roommate shows up to defend Keith, talking wild crazy to the cops, like how white people are allowed to talk to them any type of way. This is a situation that's not new to black people, but it's cool to see how that experience could change someone that never thought it could actually happen to them. Another issue I like that the show brought up is how our society has a propensity to often value animal rights over human rights. And there's a really good episode that tackles that. Never forget, they locked up Michael Vick for 2 years for organizing dogfights. Meanwhile, George Zimmerman killed an actual human teenager, and he's out free selling bags of Skittles for money levels. There's a few of these different issues that woke gets to address in this one season, and hopefully they get renewed so they can address some more. Another random tidbit is that they actually hired the cinematographer from Insecure, who's been recognized for knowing how to shoot black faces. So you'll be seeing him shining here. I'm gonna give woke 4 stars. It gives a social commentary that we don't get enough of. Especially in a comedy, it's hard to really strike that balance. Is woke the best show on TV? No. Is it the funniest? No. But it's smart. I think it's genius to make Keith seem crazy hearing all these voices when he learns how racist the world really can be. And often that's how black people feel just talking about it. Crazy. Sometimes we just want to say like, are y'all not seeing this? Like, am I crazy? You're not crazy. As always, thanks for checking out Tate's Take. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to hit that like and that subscribe button. In the comments, let me know. Do artists, athletes, other celebs, do they have an obligation to be woke and use their platform for the greater good? Or can they just keep it light? Thanks for the time, y'all. Peace.